What's up, everybody? We're going to do a quick live stream today. I was going to say tonight. We normally do it at night, but not today. Let me get mine turned down. All right. Well, we'll get a couple people in here and we will start talking. Andy, what's up? Mr. Mia, what's up? So today, I don't really have a topic per se, but today I want to talk about just boost in general, you know, that boost life and what that entails, because there's actually a lot more that goes into it than you might think. And I'm noticing that a little bit with this car. So this isn't my first boosted car by any means, the Calypso clone, aka the turbo clone now, but I have learned a lot through the years doing that. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about tonight. Guys, you know, none of that other stuff. We're not really going to talk about much of that tonight, about what's going on in the world. This is just us hanging out and Mustang talk, car talk in general. Proline, what's up? G-Funk is early. That's right. Oh, I'm early, I guess, is what you're saying. Yep. Lancaster, PA. That's what's up. Right around the home of the Chocolate Fox, right? I appreciate that, Jamie. Thank you so much, Mr. Mia. I appreciate that. I have a 93 Calypso coupe, and I inspired you. That is awesome. That's what we want to do. We want to inspire people and encourage you to get out, do your own work, and I don't know, just save yourself some money and be proud of what it is that you do. No Chocolate Fox. Oh yeah, that's right. Pretty much everything's been canceled. Hopefully, hopefully Ford Takeover will still be going on. So, Slayer Stain is in the house. I appreciate it. All right, what we got going on? So, like I said, today we're just going to talk about boost and some of the little issues or caveats, I should say, that go along with having boost. If you've never had a boosted car, or if you have, you probably already know what I'm talking about. So some of the issues that we're running into right now is simply just an overheating problem. Not so much an overheating, I shouldn't say that, but just the heat in general affects how you tune these cars. So that's something that I've been running into lately with the Calypso. We're getting manifold air temps, up a little higher than I want, and I've got it set to pull timing, and we're pulling timing quite often now. It seems like every time we get in the car, we're pulling some timing. What's up? I'm doing an on-3 kit right now. Well, good deal, Kenny. You'll love it. Just make sure that you wrap everything. Double wrap anything that you think might get hot. Just go ahead and wrap it up. These little aluminum or stainless steel tires or whatever they are back here hanging up, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you can buy them on Amazon. They work really good to wrap stuff up. It's basically, they're used for header wrap, but you can use them for anything else. I used spark plug sheaths or boots, the high temp ones, and cut those sleeves and wrapped them around stuff, and then use those aluminum or stainless steel ties, whatever they are, and they work great. Yeah, this crap does need to be over before Ford Takeover. Yeah, definitely. I don't know though, I don't know, guys. Like I said, we're not going to do a lot of talking about that, but we can talk about what it's going to affect and how it's going to affect us. Sure, wrap everything on the hot side, exactly, and you need to wrap anything. Just wrap everything. I mean, if you got time, just get under there and wrap anything that looks like it might get close to something. Just go ahead and wrap it. So even on some of the hot side, cold side piping, I guess if you will, the intercooler piping on the hot side before it gets to the intercooler. You can wrap anything that gets near it because it gets hot too. Going to get into the electric fan, yeah. I hate to, man. I really do. I'm not a fan of electric fans for my own reasons. But I've always said though, in certain situations, they're necessary. And I've got I think it's a contour fan, is what I have right now. So I've got one. It's just a matter of wiring it up, putting it on. Then I need a cowl hood. My car really needs a cowl hood because the heat can't really escape. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Staying healthy? Yeah. So Clay, around here, everybody is good, healthy. So yeah, good. Hope you guys are as well. Harbor Freight has the stainless zip ties. Good to know. All right. So Proline says Harbor Freight has those, so you can just run and pick up some there. I think I did see those there actually. They're I think pretty expensive compared to those. I think I got like a pack of 100 for like $13.
We got Demon on the house.
Demon, what's up, buddy? How's your car coming along, Demon? Let's see. So what is fuel consumption like now with the turbo? Andy asked. It's changed a little bit, there's no doubt, especially in boost. You're giving the car a lot more fuel, but not crazy. Now I don't know because I'm not taking the car on a trip or anything like that. So like miles per gallon, I don't know, but minutes per gallon I can tell you about because that's about what we get. And yeah, you can definitely see an increase in fuel consumption. But you know, let's just be honest. If you're building a turbo car or anything like this, that really should not be one of your concerns or a main concern. If that's the case, then don't even bother. Just leave them bone stock because they get about 25 miles to the gallon if they have good tuning and basically your stock. Sorry guys, I'm just reading comments. So. Wow, okay, so you have a V3 supercharger on yours and you hate the sound it makes. It's pretty noisy. Oh, okay, so it doesn't make a lot. Do you have any suggestions to increase the sound on the blower? I've been searching. So, Mr. Mia, you can send those off and I think get the impeller changed out in it and make them a little louder. What's the, I thought the V3 was the Heritage or whatever it was. Which one is that? I think it's the Heritage that's loud, correct? You guys help him out down below. Help out Mr. Mia. Yeah, the Cobra R hood or AKA double R hood, that's the hood I would like to have just simply because I don't like the old like Harwood hoods with like real sharp, you know, points, and I don't like those that much anymore. They're called like a Sunoco style hood. That's one of the names that these rounded off hoods have been given. I really love those, but they're hard to find in a for a Fox body, especially. You can find them for F bodies all over the place, but they're hard to find in a like a 2.5 to 3 inch cal hood. So G Funk says, yeah, my contours from LMR. Yeah, I mean my car ran great though. See, G Funk, that's the thing. Like my car never ever gave me any trouble until we added the turbo. So you got it. I mean, I had a little dinky AutoZone, probably $70 radiator in the car, and it did fine with no overheating. But there's just so much extra heat under there. We're gonna have to go to the contour fans because I mean I know that they work. Everybody's bragged about them, but that's a lot of heat in there, guys. We're at about cruising. It depends. I added some timing to the car. I forgot about that. I'll mention that in the next video. I added some timing around cruising because somebody mentioned that, and we're staying around like 190 to 198 now, so that's not too bad. Anything else? Anything you saw? So Demon says he's just been buttoning up some small stuff. So you're getting ready to drive this thing. I mean, I've been looking at the channel. I was looking through some of the tips and stuff that you had, and I appreciate that, by the way, because it definitely has helped me out. But I never saw where the car. I think you busted it off, right? You started it up, but you've not driven it yet. Mustang Nation, yes, everything is going good. I appreciate that. Demon says it's not going together as quickly as mine. That's fine, man. Take your time with it. I do things differently. I like to try to bust stuff out and get it done, and a lot of times it bites me in the butt for doing it that way. But it's just a different angle, right, with my channel. than others offer. So I try to offer, you know, quick stuff. You know, like when we get this turbo kit in, I wanted it on in a week in my head. I said 3 weeks, but you guys knew better than that. And so far, so good with this. But yeah, man, take your time. You know, that's just an angle that I use on my channel to try to really speed things up. But man, if you can and you have the ability, absolutely. I say take your time. Let it take as long as it needs to be done right. For sure. What? Like you want to say something. So I hope everybody's doing good, you know, with everything that's going on right now. Hopefully you got a little extra time, I guess, you know, sit at home, watch some videos, hang out a little bit. But it's like my painting. The G-Funk. G-Funk, you do good though. I mean, on all the painting and stuff, man. I mean, that stuff takes a while. You know, that's the thing. You also got to remember. I mean, occasionally I have Andrew help. He's not much help, but he's at least over here. So you know, breathing my air. So no, seriously, you know, when you have somebody else to help you, man, you can just really speed process up a lot. So Andrew helps out from time to time. Don't tell him I said that though. Not driving it yet. Can't get the computer to communicate with the micro squirt. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Which cable did you get, Demon? I've got. I bought mine off Amazon and it works really, really good. So I can give you. I can send you a link to it if you'd like, or whatever the case may be. But that thing worked really good. Slow Fox Body, what's up? Emerald Notch. Slayer, yeah. It says I'm super fast and I'm envious. It puts a lot of pressure on me to do things that way. So please don't be envious. Take your time. I wish I could. Now understand that a lot of times the way I do things is just it's a mental thing for me. I'm like a crackhead when it comes to stuff. I've got to like get it done right now. I'll stay up all night working on stuff just to get it done. When I wish sometimes that I could just chill out, relax, do a little here and a little there. But that's not the style, you know, of my channel. And you guys have grown to know that now. So we got to do things in a timely manner for sure. Corral forums, Mia. I mean, corral forums, are they still? Yeah, I guess there's still some good information there for sure. I used to use them all the time. Corral and StainNet were my go-to. So Anthony says he went to look at a stock '88 Mustang. When you're going around 40 or 50 mile an hour, it vibrates. Once you get over 50, it smooths out. Is this normal? It's not normal by any means, but it depends on the severity of the vibration. It could be a drive shaft. It could be a wheel weight going on the wheels. It could be a transmission mount, a motor mount. I mean, there's a lot of different things it could be. But I'll say this. Don't worry about a slight vibration like that. If you like the car, buy the car. You can fix that later. So.
Do turbo cars always run hot?
Turbo cars do run hotter. That's just the nature of the beast with it. A lot of your stock turbo cars, you don't have that problem with, right? They're engineered to run cooler. These cars, you're packing in something that's not really supposed to be there, and they're not engineered for that. So, and it's really tight up under these cars. So yeah, pretty much any aftermarket turbo car is going to run a little hotter. Even if the turbo is a rear mount, I mean, just the extra boost and heat is coming through the engine. So, absolutely. Let's see. I'd do anything for a louder blower, but I don't want to pay. Yeah, those things get expensive. Absolutely, especially those mods like on the. What is it? Did we ever figure out? Was it the Heritage? I think Vortec Heritage. That's so loud. Smitty, what's up? Cheap eBay cable. Yes, send me a link. Okay. All right, Demon. I will. I'll send you a link. I'll get that to you and let you know what it is, because that cable worked out really good for me on Amazon. I had done some research to figure out which one it was that everybody was using, and that was it. So. Hey guys, Brian, I appreciate that. Says he loves the videos. Absolutely. Oh Lord, we got Memphis. Memphis, what are you doing? Memphis got in trouble earlier, by the way. Come outside and she was out playing in the fire. right? Got in trouble, didn't? All right, what else we got? You want to tell everybody, hey? So Dean says, thank you for making the videos. Long time Fox Body owner here. I appreciate you watching the videos. So thank you. So Brutal, was that your nickname on there? Oh, okay. So you're asking about Corral, I guess. Is that right? Mustang Nation, is that what you're asking about? No, my name on Corral and StangNet, I want to say was like Strychnine, if I'm not mistaken. And then I Envy No One was my username on SVT Performance, stuff like that. I've had a bunch of different usernames. I'm looking for an, all right guys, Dyno is looking for a notch back. Anyone have ideas? So y'all help him out. If you got a notch back for sale, post it up for Dyno. When is Ford takeover? It is June the 6th.
Mustangs Nation said, yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, yeah. Heritage gear set for that old school sound. So there it is. Benini Blue says that they have the gear set for the old school. So it's not an impeller thing, it's the gears inside, right? I guess they're like a straight cut gear. Okay, cool. So I didn't actually know that. Andy, appreciate it. What happened to my friend with the 1K Mustang? He's still got the car. He's actually working on it right now, doing some stuff. He posts on Instagram. I can't remember what his Instagram is. So, John, if you're watching right now, I don't know if you are, but if you're watching, put your Instagram down there. Let these guys know where they can get updates on the 1K Fox. The 1K Fox is coming along good. I think it's in primer right now, and he's just kind of taking his time with it. He knocked it out like a lot of the work, like really quick, like body work and all. And then since then, I think he's just kind of slowed down on it, just taking his time. But it's coming along. Yeah, like 20 or 25 years ago. Though. So no, back then, about 20 years ago on Corral, I don't even think I had a username. I think I was just kind of floating around back then. But if I did, it was probably Strychnine. What do I like better, 4i Mustangs or the 87 to 93? I like the 87 to 93 interior better, and I like the exterior about the same as I like the exterior of the Aero cars. I don't like the interior on the 4i cars. It's just preference. I mean, I grew up with these cars. I can show you pictures of plenty of 4i cars that we had back in the day. Since then, though, I'm just not a big fan of that. You gonna get your chair and come sit down too? I don't know if they can see you over there, baby, but it's alright. It's probably best that we can. Mike Hall says you better be careful, Memphis. Look. Yeah. So, see, everybody else knows that you shouldn't be doing that. You can't be out there playing with stuff like that. Don't play with fire.
What do you think of bolt and subframe connectors?
Bolt and subframe connectors are fine. There's no problem with those. Somebody just locked the door, baby. Go around. Yeah. Camley probably locked the door. Just go around to the back. Bolt and subframes are fine. And the reason why I say this is you can always come back and weld them in later, right? They're typically not as strong simply because they got a hole going through them so you can bolt them up. But yeah, they're perfectly fine. So go ahead, bolt them in, come back later, weld them in. That's my opinion anyway. Let's see, I'm so impressed with my trick flow top end kit. I got a car dyno. Wow. Wow, okay, so it made 339 to the tires and 352 torque. And that's just on a top end trick flow kit. That's pretty awesome. What short throw shifter is the best? MGW or, in my opinion, Pro 5.0. I do like the old Pro 5.0 shifters. So, you know, the Hurst are good shifters too. A couple of the other ones I can't think. Steeda. You have Mike Hall says I have 40 plus nieces and nephews. Are you serious?
That's...
Wow. Okay. I thought I had it bad. I have skinnies on the front and my steering chatters a bit and feels light. Steering rack maybe? Flush fluid? Yeah, Emerald, probably steering rack or something like that. I don't suppose you have a sway bar in the car. That'll also cause it too. You know, once the front end really pulls up and gets light, these wheels want to just kind of do their own thing. So, but yeah, more than likely it's going to be a steering rack deal. What head gaskets did I use on the Calypso? They were the Felpro Ford Racing gaskets or whatever. They were the high performance ones. They're fine for what I'm doing. Cometics, I really didn't want to put any Cometics on the car because, and I hate to, you know, use the old cliche term, but I mean, I want my head gaskets to be a fuse, essentially. I would rather that head gasket go than really hurt something else. So I know, like I said, that's pretty cliche. Everybody says that, but I mean, it's true when you think about it. And that's even a stock bottom end. But I would rather it blow a head gasket than mess up the bottom end. Can we get a video of your dad's sound system? I like the door pods. So Toby, the deal with that is, man, that's old. That's a really old setup. So Papa T's car was originally one of his friend's cars from back in the early 90s. I think he might have actually bought the car new. Anyway, long story short, my dad's friend back in the early 90s got that sound system put in. It was all crunch. I had two crunch 12s in the back, and he got the door pods and all that stuff built custom. That thing used to sound good. About 93 or 94, that thing hit so hard and was crystal clear. But since then, all of that's gone, and the only thing left is like one door pod. That's it. So probably once we fix that door panel, I'm probably going to take that speaker pod and just put it up. I mean, because it's a cool piece of history for me. Because I mean, that thing's been on there since, like I said, early 90s or 93. Varying gears, what do you recommend? 88 to 91 notchbacks for a quick start. So if it's just an NA car, I would say 355s to a 410. Really depends. If you're going to be racing the car a pretty good bit, I'd say 410s. If you're just going to be on the street driving it back and forth, want a little extra punch, I'd go 355s or 373s. What?
And then somebody joined the live and said, "What's up? I got toilet paper."
You got toilet paper? Guys, we've not had any issues really with toilet paper and all that type of stuff around here. From time to time you go and they'll be sold out, but it's not been bad at all here yet. That's enough of that.
Yeah.
I said what we're going to talk about. Let's see. For LED turner signals, can you change the flasher relay to heavy duty or stop the hyper flash? You know what? I don't know on that, Andy. So Andy was asking about the relay. If there's any way to fix that really fast flashing for your blinker or your hazards. I don't know. If anybody's got a good suggestion on that, post it down below. Yeah. See, I mean, you're always going to get that debate between 355s and 373s. Me personally, I like the 355 a little better, but nothing wrong with 373s. So Tim said I did get my 86 Vert out today. Well, that's good. We all need to get our cars out and drive them a little bit. This car, I've driven it about 5 times today because I tried the video, and it seemed like every time I went down the road and tried the video, it would mess up. So guys, this next video, or not the next video, the video that I do where I drive this car and I take you guys down the road, I'm sorry, I apologize ahead of time, but I am not going out and redoing this video for a 3rd time. Like, the car actually got pretty hot today, so doing it, because I realized that the camera had messed up and I think the memory card filled up. So I cleared it out, went back down the road, made pulls, did all this talking, and by this time the car got pretty hot and actually acting up a little bit. I think it's fine, but I think it actually pulled like 6 degrees of time and it got that hot. So sorry, I'm not going back down the road to do that again. So yeah. Mike says I saw a real Cobra Fox. Yeah, wow. You don't see many of them, to be honest with you, at all. Yeah, it is. T-Web brought up a good point. It's kind of hard to even consider spending money with all this crap going on in life. You're right. There's a couple different schools of thought there on it. I say live your life ever how you want to live it, because nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, right? So that's the way I look at it. But there's nothing wrong also with putting up, saving, because you never know, right? So there's cool different ways of looking at it. If you got kids, you do have to kind of change your mindset a little bit. If I was a single man, I would be blowing the hell out of money right now. What's up from Texas? Too much pollen to drag the cover off mine. Yeah, man, this pollen is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So G-Funk says that he had to put an inline resistor in for his LED turn signals. I didn't have to do that for mine. Mine are actually slower than normal. Crazy, right? I got parts stacking up before it shut down, so I had time to install. Yeah, that'd be nice. AFR heads are not junk. We got a little side conversation. She hears AFR and she thinks we're talking about her in that chat. When we say AFR, we're talking about something else.
Every time I see it, though, I keep thinking of myself because it's my initials. So.
Vermont in the house. Oklahoma in the house. So, like I said, the title of this video, we always get off track. I might as well not even title my video because every time I just get into answering questions and we get off subject. But you know, back to the topic of you know, that the boost life with these cars. What do I mean by that? Well, guys, it's a different animal. You know, with a supercharged car with just a few pounds of boost, you know what? Your car's probably not going to feel a lot different than it did before, just more power, right? With the turbo setup, what I'm realizing is there's so much more heat underneath the car that you really got to take that into account. All this sitting at a traffic light for 5 minutes in 100-degree heat, yeah, you might want to plan your trip out until you know your car is good. See, this car is still proving itself to me, so I would hate to get stuck at a traffic light in town, one of these long traffic lights right now, because I'd be scared the car might overheat. I don't know. Maybe it won't, but that's in the back of my mind. So the heat's always an issue. And also, like your fuel, no longer can you stop and just put in 87 because that's all they got. I mean, you can, but you better stay out of boost. Absolutely. And the tuning side of it. You know, the tuning side is so different. Like, whenever I went from 410s to the 331 gears that are in the car right now, and I do have a video coming for that, so you guys will get to see that in the next couple of days. But when I went to the 331s, I had to completely retune the car in boost because it was hitting boost so much earlier. Those cells weren't tuned, so it's just been an ongoing thing. And you know, you got different boost levels that you got to be at. You know, you need to start out tuning at low boost and then work your way up. Well, now, since when I put the gears in the car, I turned the boost back up. So I went out and I ran the car, and I'm missing all of these cells down below that are probably either too lean or too rich. So anyway, guys, there's a lot that goes on with it. I'm not going to sit here, you know, I say be self-sufficient all the time. But to be honest with you, take your car and get it tuned. Just take, I mean, if you can, if you have the ability. Now, if you know what you're doing, then absolutely tune your car yourself. But if you're just wanting to learn or you feel like you've been pressured into tuning yourself, just don't. Just go take it somewhere, get the car tuned, and then maybe learn later, you know, how to tune, like, you know, refine your tune a little bit. But there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of work. Yeah, superchargers are the way to go, for sure. So, I like a supercharger, and remember, that's what we were going to do on this car, but I went ahead and changed it up. Just know, guys, that there's a difference. There's a big difference between a supercharger under that hood and a turbo under that hood. Completely different. Now, they both get hot. They'll both burn you, but different type of heat, for sure. Yeah, superchargers in that line. And I tell you what, though, now when that thing spools up, that little turbo is loud, guys. It's loud. You can't really hear it on camera, dude. But it's loud, and that blow-off valve sounds wicked, so I love that. So, Turbo Man, yeah, I can never cover everything in my videos. I always, like, forget something, and then, you know, everybody kind of beats me up about it. But the venting the crankcase and all, now, we could argue, like, all of us could go on for days arguing this, because this is probably one of the most debated things ever. But I did ventilate the crankcase, what I did was I'll remove the PCV valve, and I now have a hose running down into my crankcase through the intake, right, where your PCV valve would normally go. A hose comes off of that and then goes into a catch can, into an oil separator essentially. Well, it's not oil separator. Yeah, it is. And it's vented to the atmosphere. Then I have the valve covers over there with filters on them too. So that's kind of like a trademark thing that I do. A lot of people don't do that, but I choose to ventilate from a valve cover and the crankcase. And what that allows me to do is not have to tap into that other valve cover over there. It's just easier for me to do it that way. And sometimes I'll actually run a hose over and just put a filter on it and have a remote filter set up. So, but with this, I do have an old catch can off of my Terminator, and it's run that way. And if there's a problem with that, then I'm unaware of it because I've been running that for years. That's what's on the Terminator. So, but it's worked really good for me that way. But it's like I can never cover everything. I keep forgetting about it. Every time I watch the video again, I'm like, man, I forgot to mention that, and you guys always get me on it. Perfect. So Turbo Man says that's perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't know if it worked or not. I just knew that I wanted to remove the PCV valve for vacuum issues right now. I did run the car for a little while with the PCV valve still connected, which you're not supposed to. There was a little bit of a vacuum leak around cruising and stuff, but no big issue. I'd rather have everything suctioned out. But I did change that. So I wasn't really sure if people did that or not, but I've always done it. My thought process was once I remove that PCV valve, we can just ventilate there. And that's a pretty big hole back there, guys. So I don't think if you ventilate from the back of your intake back there and then ventilate the passenger side valve cover, I don't see to where you would have to ventilate on the driver's side valve cover. I may be wrong. That's a pretty big hole back there. Paul asked, when are you going to tune your Dyno tuning 93 cover replica? I don't know. At the moment, no time soon. But we'll have to just kind of see how all of this other stuff works out. And I'll probably take it and get it tuned. Do it live. Yeah, I may. I'll probably do that. I will say that PCV location is tough. Tim, what do you mean by that? Boomerang Stain is in the house. So when does your channel go live, Boomerang? Yes. So I probably will dyno it live. I can give you guys an idea. I tell you what. I'll let you all decide. Give me your thoughts on what this car makes right now, knowing that we have the SVE heads, we have the trick flow stage 1 camshaft, 70mm turbo, 331 gears, because gears do matter on numbers anyway. 331 gears and 10 pounds of boost. What do you guys think it makes? And 16 degrees of timing. I'll give you that too. Live 329. Okay. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be checking you out, and I'll give you a shout out. You have been there from day one with me for sure. Straight pipe exhaust or good mufflers? I don't like straight pipe exhaust myself. I don't like it. Turbo setup, you can get away with it. It's not extremely loud. But on an NA car, no. I would rather go with good mufflers. Mike Hall says 330. I would hope it's a little more than that, but probably not a whole lot. Proline says 470. I don't know. Paul, that's what we're talking about right now. SVE heads are just a stock aluminum head. They're not ported. They're a 170cc head. 345, 389. Wow, they got numbers all over the place. Guys, I'm gonna set fire to this thing if it don't make but 345 or 380 to the wheel. I'm gonna be upset. Am I wrong here? Guys, y'all giving me some low numbers here. 400, 390, 380, 345. 10 pounds of boost. Maybe. Because to be honest with you, the car actually doesn't feel super fast. If I had to guess, honestly, right now the way the car runs, which is still real rich and doesn't really have any time in it, you know what? You're probably you guys are probably right as far as where it sits right now. It's probably about 390, 400, maybe something like that. It's hard to say. 500. See, that's the thing now. A buddy of mine, Seth, I don't know if Seth is watching right now or not, but he put down close to 500 on his car. And it's just basically a stock Cobra with a stage 1 camshaft and GT40 heads. Turbo Man says, I just bought the AFR 205cc heads. Oh my god, those are awesome. Some awesome heads. 500, so just under 400, 430. Slater's laughing at me. Yeah, man. Ugh. That's kind of like disappointing, right? See those kind of numbers. Buddy of mine made 595 with trick flow heads and 12 pounds on 306. It popped. I bet it did pop. So Ray's saying 500. You know, I'm torn on this, right? Because I see some really good numbers out there in the world. I know Neo makes really good power on his cars, but I really don't feel like this car is making that kind of power. I feel like something's holding it back right now, and I think it's the ignition. I cover that in the upcoming video. I think the ignition system is holding the car back right now. That, or it may need a little bit of timing, because you got to remember, manifold air temps dictate my timing. So it is pulling up to 6 degrees of timing if it gets hot. If it gets really hot, I forgot what the temperature is. If it gets up somewhere around like 220, it's pulling up to like 6 or 8 degrees of timing. So we can, you know, you start pulling 4 degrees out of 16 degrees timing, and you're not making any power. So that very well could be an issue as to why the car doesn't feel as fast to me as I think it should. But it's definitely quick. There's no doubt. The MSD box. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go with one of the Screaming Demon coils. I really don't want to do with an MSD box if I can help it. If I need to, then I will. G-Funk says, okay, 600 horsepower. We're trying to lowball you. Yeah, that was going to make that. I guess I need to give you my number that I think it's going to actually make. So the number I have in my head, I would be happy with on about 11 pounds of boost. I'd be happy with seeing 452 wheels. I think it's probably a little high, but I don't know. So I would be happy with that. I mean, it does have heads on it, so it's got heads in the cam, so it should flow. It's got plenty of injectors, got 60-pound injectors. So I'd like to see 452 wheels. On the low conservative side, about 440, man, is about as low as anything after that. I'm going to be a little upset. And I know they're just dyno numbers. I know that doesn't matter. But hey, we get caught up in it, right? I don't want to have to come back to you guys and say my car on 11 pounds only made 440 to the tires with heads. Wouldn't be a good day. My buddy's made 517. Kenny, that thing screamed. I'm not interested in any of the coil-over plug ignition. I mean, guys, I'm just simple, right? What I do is I look at the guys with making good power with the most simple setup, and I try to copy that type of mindset. So I want to do this thing as easy as possible with the least amount possible. I always kind of refer back to like Neo Mustangs and what he does, because he doesn't do a lot of crazy stuff to make the power. So that's kind of my thought process. Mike Hall says, okay, 392 and 381. See, that's weird because these numbers are absolutely all over the place. All over the place. Everybody's got a different idea, but these turbo cars make, I mean, you can have a car with 9 pounds of boost, make 430 to the tires or 440, and then you can have one with 12 pounds of boost and it only makes 460. So, you know what I mean? You never really know. They're all over the place. Yeah, Andy, I know it's not about numbers. I know, but it is. It is to us because, you know, we want to talk about it. And I want to be able to come to you guys with a legit, now, don't misunderstand, with a legit set of numbers that is impressive to give other people something to shoot forward to, you know, or shoot for, I should say. You know, if this car comes back and it makes 470 to the tires, and it's a very simple setup like it is, I'd like to pass that information and knowledge along to other guys asking, right? What I can't do is come back with the car making 400 to the tires and 10 pounds of boost and really talk to anybody about anything, right? Because at that point, I'll probably need to go back and regroup. In other words, I want to have something to give you guys, give some really good information and some insight. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. While the head's O-ring, no, ready. So, guys, I guess we need to go back over this. This car is bone stock. I mean, the engine, the short block is 100% bone stock. Nothing done to the short block. Heads aren't O-ring, none of that. Budget, basic. That's all this car is, right? We threw it together as cheaply as possible, and the only thing it's got is a decent set of head gaskets. That's about it. So Sonic asked, how is everything down here? Are you guys in an uproar? No, we're good. Baby, stay over here. Stay over here. Come on. Okay. No, everything's good down here. I say that. You know, I mean, it's a little crazy, no doubt. Yeah, so Emerald says, you know, numbers are one thing, but suspension and tires send the car. Absolutely. I'm more of a, I'm just more of a horsepower guy. I just want to make the horsepower, go out, spin some tires, and have fun with it. I did tell you guys that I will bring this to the track, and I will take it to the track eventually, but for right now, we're just going to keep it simple. And later on, we will do suspension and tires. But what Emerald's saying is absolutely true. I had my 03 Cobra had, come here, baby. Come on. Come here. You can't be back there, baby. You're touching the camera. All right. Come here. Sit over here. So I had my 03 Cobra that had just a stock blower, and it was pulleyed. And it felt pretty quick with the stock tires on it, like the Sumitomos. And we put a set of drag radials on the car, and y'all, like, the difference it made was crazy. It made all the difference in the world. That car ran 740s in the eighth of a mile, and it was stock. It just had a pulley, a tune, and sticky tires, exhaust. You know. But I think it ran 740s. So yeah, tires and suspension do make a big difference. Andy said, "Hey, you want to say hey?" Well, baby, if you're not going to talk, you got to go back inside. No, you're just going to stand there. Mustang Lab says, I wish I was just this educated 2 years ago when I spent all my money on a stock block stock replacement engine. Yeah, stop, baby. Sit right here, okay? I'm going to get up there. Yeah. So, man, I tell you, you know, we constantly learn. Just whenever we think that we've learned about everything there is to know about a Fox body and about these 302s, it seems like there's always something else that pops up. I have learned so much since dealing with this turbo setup right here on the car. It's crazy. So you guys heard me talk about the Explorer engine that I was going to get, right? To throw in this car if this one went bad. And guess what we're not doing now? More than likely, we're not going to do the Explorer engine because it has hyperutectic pistons. And at that point, I'd just be stepping backwards. This is a forged piston engine right here. It's out of a 91. Now, if money gets tight and we get ourselves in a situation where we just need a motor to put back in it, then absolutely, we'll throw the Explorer engine in it and just send it. Calypso versus Papa T's car. That's my brother, Fulton, by the way, down in the comment section. After he gets tires. Well, absolutely, Fulton. I mean, that's what we do. So me and Papa T will absolutely send these two cars here coming up pretty soon. And to be honest with you, Papa T's car is no slouch. She's got a little more motor than me and a little more cam. And he's sitting on 5 pounds of boost on his car, so it actually might be pretty close. I don't know. How's your son liking his new car? He loves it. I hadn't talked to him recently about it, but yeah, last I talked to him, and I heard he's loving it. So, good to see you, Brian. NA all the way. Hey man, nothing is better than NA. If you can make the power NA is great. Naturally aspirated just makes just such a pretty curve and power everywhere, and it's just fun. I like NA absolutely, but. Are you alright? But if you want to make some more power and you can't do it in a boost is the way. What's wrong, baby? Alright. Can I tell you what's causing intake pop before you did the turbo setup? Yes. So Brian asked what was the cause of the intake pop, and it was the valve. What it was a rocker arm was a little too tight. So check your rocker arms if you're having that type of pop back through your intake. Pretty much it's got to be a valve. You have to think about what's going on in the engine, and if you're getting a pop back that sounds through your intake tube, it's pretty much got to be a valve issue, in my opinion. It's the only way I know for it to get back into the intake. Yeah, you can still go hard on hypereutectics. Don't get me wrong, but you know it's just a battle you can't win. If I say you can send it on hypereutectics, and I'm gonna get blasted for saying that. You know, so either way, I mean, you know, but yes, truth be known, you absolutely can put some boost on some hypereutectics. Memphis, you stop, baby. But typically, you know, you want forged pistons or cast pistons even. Alright guys, look, we're not going to be on much longer. I just wanted to kind of touch base with everybody, let you know that we're doing good. Talk about the car a little bit. What's up?
I was looking at.
Talk about the car a little bit and let you guys know that, hey, we did get the 331 gears in it. It feels better. We still have something holding this car back, in my opinion. The car it's not skipping, it's not popping, it's none of that. Maybe I expected too much out of it, I'm not sure. But I think the car needs a little bit of timing in it. But overall, understand, I am very, very pleased with this car. And it puts a smile on my face every time I put my foot down and release it. That blow-off valve sounds awesome. I'm enjoying it. And we'll get it worked out. Absolutely. So anyway, there's too much stuff going on, guys. I'm halfway distracted today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And yeah, I will be safe. You guys be safe as well. Been on 46 minutes. That's pretty good. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.